So we're going to start, and I welcome you warmly to another edition of this series that's been going on for almost a year now. In fact, our first, I'll announce this again at the end, but our first gathering in June is going to be a retrospective, a night of reviewing, the year in review. I'm going to do a series of songs that I started writing or finding that related to things going on a year ago. And we're going to share some memories and stories of how the year has been, particularly in this group, particularly how the singing and whatever. We'll see. But it's going to be a great time to just celebrate that we made it. We made it together. We had a good time now and then, more than a little now and then. I've had a lot of great times this year. So that's going to be June 3rd or something. I don't have the date in my head, but you'll hear all about it. So, but here we are. Welcome to those who are new tonight. I know there's a few people who are new tonight. Would you mind just raising your hands? It's really nice to see you. Yeah, hi. These are the folks from Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo's in the house. Anyone else? Anyone else? Raise your hand. I don't want to miss anybody. Mostly we are a familiar crowd. It's lovely, lovely to see my dear ones. You've become so dear to me over the year. So tonight, wow, what a theme. Tonight I've been having a blast with the theme. There's so many holidays in this month. And some of them I don't know very much about, to my shame. One of them is Mayday. The whole history of Mayday I don't know much about it. And I actually don't know much about International Workers' Day, both of which fall on May 1. So I've been doing a lot of research and kind of dived in and had a hard time coming out. So got some interesting songs tonight, some ones that are new to me as well. But we're celebrating May Day is all about earth and fertility and sensuality and the pagan roots that so many of us, especially white European folks, come from. A land-based people, a people who loved and lived on the land and tended it. And it's a very proud heritage that I'm rediscovering. Very happy about that. So that and labor, and then Mother's Day. So we got a lot to cover tonight. Let's go. Let's sing that wonderful, wonderful Bonnie Lockhart song that we do a couple times a year, because it celebrates the wise women that knew all about the earth and how she was our mother and healer and protector. It also mentions midwives, and yesterday was the International Day of Midwives. So there you go. Who were the witches? The lyrics are in your chat. You can click on the link and sing with me. Who were the witches? Where did they come from? Maybe your great-great-grandmother was one. Witches were wise, wise women, they say. And there's a little witch in every woman today. That's going to come around a lot. You'll get it. Witches knew all about flowers and weeds, how to use all the roots and the leaves on the trees. People grew weary from hard-working days. Witches made them feel better in so many ways. Who were the witches? Where did they come from? Maybe your great-great-grandmother was one. Witches were wise, wise women, they say. And there's a little witch in every woman today. There were also plenty of men who were doing that witchery stuff back then. We know that. So everyone's included in this. Women had babies, the witches were there to hold them and help them and give them some care. Witches knew stories of how life began. Don't you wish you could be one? Well, maybe you can. Who were the witches? Where did they come from? Maybe your great-great-grandmother was one. Witches were wise, wise women, was a treasure to share. Who were the witches? Where did they come from? Maybe your great-great-grandmother was one. Witches were wise, wise women, they say. And there's a little witch in every woman today. There's a little witch in every woman today. Yeah, well, I never get tired of that song. You know, and it's a little chilling to me because we know that some of the persecution of these women and history is a little vague, but we have heard figures like 6 million to 9 million European women killed, tortured, otherwise eradicated by the powers that be, the church and the state, that both did not want these earth-based empowered people to remain empowered. That was a threat to them. And I was listening to an amazing podcast yesterday about the history of midwifery, mostly the history of Black midwifery in the United States, but how this very same thing happened, which around, I can't remember when it was, early 1900s, I believe, the Western medical world decided these midwives were doing dirty, illegal, dangerous work, and they really just misplaced, replaced them and shunned them aside and talked them down. And for a while, midwifery kind of really plummeted, but it's fought its way back very successfully. So, okay, so we're going to just keep that earth spirit going and do a medley of chants that I kind of put together. I'm not the first person that put them together. And they're in your songs, and it's the Ancient Mother medley. I think many of you know some of these. You probably might well know Earth My Body, Water My Blood, Air My Breath, and Fire My Spirit. And we're going to start with that one and then layer a couple of others over it. And we'll have some fun with that. So Earth My Body very simply goes, earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. You got that? It's so clear, and it's in your lyrics. Now, Karen and some other people know that there's also a way to move to this that's really, I love, which is slapping your thighs for earth, and then water, just make the water. You can also stand up and really move to this song. And then air my breath, just bring the air up. And then fire. Yeah. Oh, you look so beautiful. Marianne, we got to get this. Marianne is my recording engineer for video, so she's going to capture you all doing this. So let's do it. Here we go. Ready? Got your hands ready? Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, sing it out, my blood, air my breath, and fire my, fill up your lungs. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Yes. Yeah. And really, if you let your spine lift a little bit and open up the front of your body, you can really feel this energy moving through. Breathe deep, put a lot of power behind it. Now I'm going to get you going on that. You're going to hold that down, and I'm going to do part 2, and you'll get to hear part 2 and how it fits, God willing. And then we'll flip, and I'll do your part. I'll hold it down so you can try the next verse. So, all right, so you start, and then I'm going to come in. 1, 2, 3. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, oh. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, oh. Keep singing. Earth my body under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. hey ya, hey ya, ho. All right. Now, why don't you all do Mother, or those who want to, do Mother, I Feel You Under My Feet, and I'll do Earth My Body. So I'm going to start you off, and then I'm going to come in. Here we go. Mother, I feel you. 1, 2, 3. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Mother, I feel you. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood. Air my breath and fire my spirit. All right. Now, did that work? Were you able to hold your part? I didn't throw you off? Cool. All right. You want to hear the third one? Why don't you go back to Earth My Body, because it's the easiest. So I'll start you off, and then I'll bring mine in. Well, actually, let's all do the third one together. Ancient Mother. A little bit more melodic, I think. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I feel your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears. Try it. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I feel your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears. Okay, why don't you all want to do that? Can you do that? You ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. So enough. Okay, we got critical mass. All right, so you all do that, and I'll come in with Earth My Body. Ancient Mother, I hear you calling. Ancient Mother, I hear your song. Ancient Mother, I feel your laughter. Ancient Mother, I taste your tears. Take it away. Ancient. Body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. this thing of trying to do things in parts online is really a stretch. But we're brave. We try. Thank you, everybody. So we always do a little moment or two of meditation and centering while we're here early on in the evening. It's the end of the day. We're all coming from different lives and different stories. I've been talking to friends today who have dear ones who are at the edge of death. I've talked to others who are exuberant about a new job. We run the gamut. So whatever you bring today, lay it down, as we say at Twilight and Lullabies, and be present as you are. I know you're present already. The singing kind of brings it all into focus. But if you have a candle and you'd like to light it, I have lit my candle, and it's here burning in front of Kuan Yin, the Buddhist goddess of compassion, and a spring bouquet. If you have a candle, do light it. And if you want to hold it up to the screen for a moment to just share it, that would be lovely. Thank you. I see a few candles. Yeah. Thank you, Storm and Patty, and many others. Thank you, Judy, Anita. Oh, God, there's nothing like candlelight. So I just want to invite you for a moment to put your candle down and take a deep breath. And if you want to close your eyes, that's great. If you want to just lower them or soften them, whatever you're comfortable with. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let your forehead soften and your eye sockets relax. And your lips, your jaw. Faces work hard all day. If we're talking to people, or especially on Zoom, our face is a tremendous form of communication. So just let it rest for a minute. Let the breath just soften everything down your spine, through your shoulders, down your arms, letting your hands relax. Feeling a deep breath expand your waistline, your lower back, your hip joints. Breathe all the way down your legs, into your feet, and even further down. And then breathing up through the roots below your feet. We know that we are made of the elements of earth. We know that the waters flow through us, the fire burns in us, the solidity of earth is in our bones and flesh, and the air is breathing us in and out. And it's sort of a little bit against our nature to be, those of us that are urban folks, so separated from really elemental contact with the earth and with stewarding the earth, with working with the earth. But probably most of us in this room have ancestors not too far back who were landed people, knew the rhythms of the seasons, knew the subtle signals when the land was well or when the land was hurting. And that is a deep, deep wisdom that is needed now to save our planet. So I just want to close with just an appreciation, breathing appreciation to the mammal animal beings that we are, the sensual, physical, sexual, frolicking, dancing, laughing humans that we are. And if we lost a little of that during COVID, it's right there waiting. It's right there waiting for us. When you're ready, just open your eyes. Yeah. So I discovered a couple of songs that I didn't know that Vicki Solomon, a couple of people helped me. I reached out to some of my music people friends who know lots of songs and asked for ideas. And this one is new to me, and I thought it would be so much fun to sing. It's the Flower Carol. And it's to the tune of Good King Wenceslas, which probably some of you know if you were raised. Oh, Vicki, there you are. Hi, Vicki. Hey. She's a wonderful song leader in the goddess pagan traditions and has monthly new moon gatherings, I think they are. Is that right, Vicki?
Full moon.
Full moon gatherings.
And the Flower Carol is an English translation of the original words to that tune.
Oh, I mean, it had nothing to do with the royalty and the this and the that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Why am I surprised? You know, and I say,
carol means dance.
Oh, carol means dance. You see, this, Vicki, I was actually going to email you and invite you tonight, and then it just slipped my mind. So thank you for coming. So, oh, goody, this is going to be great. Here we go. Here we go. Spring has now unwrapped the flowers. Day is fast reviving. Gone the iron touch of cold. Winter time and frost time. Seedlings working through the mold. Now make up for Oops, I did that all wrong. I did that completely wrong. I was so excited about Vicki being here. We're going to start over right now. Spring has now unwrapped the flowers. Day is fast reviving. Life in all her growing powers. Toward the light is striving. Gone the iron touch of cold. Winter time and frost time. Seedlings working through the mold. Now make up for lost time. Herb and plant that winter long slumbered at their leisure, now be stirring green and strong, find in growth their pleasure. All the world with beauty fills, gold the green enhancing. Flowers make glee, oh, sorry, let's do that again. Flowers make glee among the hills, set the meadows dancing. Through each wonder of their days, God herself expresses. Beauty follows all her ways, as the world she blesses. So as she renews the earth, artist without rival, in her grace of glad new birth, we must seek revival. That's a lovely one. Hi, Madge. I also meant to email you. I've been very bad with email this week. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I love that. And to think that those were the original words. Actually, King Wenceslas is one of my favorite carols because it actually does talk about the poor. Which, anyway. So, all right. Thank you. That was great. Well, it came to me. I realized after, on the 5th, I suddenly realized, oh my goodness, it's Cinco de Mayo on top of everything else. So we have International Workers' Day, Mayday, Mother's Day coming up, Cinco de Mayo, and International Midwives' Day. Whoa. So I need to do a third evening in May just to cover all the songs that could be useful, but I won't. Okay, so let's do De Colores. This is, I picked it because it's such a spring song. It is a song of spring. Most people know it. And I know it. So, hi, Evelie. Thank you for adding verses. The chat is very lively tonight. It's great. De Colores. This, as you know, most of you know, is the official song of the the farm workers, the United Farm Workers Movement. Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta and many others, and the power of working people to protect themselves, but also protect the earth, because they were definitely protesting about herbicides as well as many other things. And how many of you remember boycotting grapes back in the 60s, early 70s? Yeah. So thank you to the union organizers. Thank you to the folk song of Mexico. This goes back a long way. It's a very traditional Mexican song, and so let's just enjoy it together. De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. De colores son los parajitos que vienen al fuera. De colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir, y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí, y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Follows the flowers song so beautifully, because it really is about the colors of spring. It's basically saying, I love the colors, the beautiful colors that I see around me in the spring, and the birds flying and the rainbow, all those colors, just celebrating the beautiful color of life. And then in the next verse, it's about the farm animals. Canta el gallo, the rooster. We're singing about the rooster. We're going kitty, kitty. And la gallina, the hen, cara, cara, cara. Los, I can never pronounce this, polleos, the little chickies going pio, pio. So this is the life of the farm, the earth, the people of the earth. Oh, so much to celebrate in this. Canta el gallo. Canta el gallo con el kiri, 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 kiri. La gallina con el cara, 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 cara. Los polleros con el pío, 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 pío. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. You know, Evelie, as long as you're here, and this is your birth month, you are born in the month of May, and that's how it is. So Evelie, what I was thinking is maybe you could lead us in the first verse again, De Colores, just in honor of this month. And it's also your heritage month, I believe. You tell us. Evelie, wonderful singer, wonderful leader of chants, and just always a delight to have you, Evelie.
Oh, thank you. Well, okay, I can.
Okay? Can you pull it off?
Yeah, I guess I can lead it. Hold on. Let me just go ahead and get back to the lyric screen, though.
Sure.
Yeah. Boy, I was singing this song when I was very young because I grew up Catholic.
Right.
All right. You play. Can you play, though? And
no, you're going to have to a cappella it, honey.
Okie dokie artichoke.
All righty, sweetie, you go.
Okay. De colores se vistan los campos en la primavera. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de fuera. de colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. And over to you.
Thank you, my dear. Happy Asian Pacific Islander Month. Thank you.
Well, you know, the interesting thing is that I was also very resistant against the colonization of the Philippines by the Españoles, which I have conquistador and conquistada blood. So I also have Spanish blood. So I refused to take Spanish in college.
Good for you. Good for you. You can't make me do it. Great. Thank you so much, Evelie. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Yeah, so a little bit more about this Mayday holiday. Well, actually, I'm going to get to that in a minute. I want to do this song that, to me, is one of the most powerful songs I know. It makes me cry every time I sing it. And it is the song by Leon Rosselson, and it is called The World Turned Upside Down, but I always think of it as the Diggers song. And the Diggers were a movement in the 1600s against the practice of enclosure in Europe. And what the enclosure was really the beginnings of private property, because besides the kings and the royalties and the dukes and the whatnots, ordinary people, it wasn't private property. The land was common. You've heard talk about the commons. The land was common. It was shared for all the sheep herders and farmers and whatever, and they worked it out. And then, the church and the state began moving in and enclosing the land and making it private. And landowners became rich and poor people became poorer. So the resistance movement, one of them was the Diggers, and it was started by a guy named George Winstanley. He was a Quaker, a devout Christian, and he felt that the Bible, he had several verses in the Bible that he felt were very clear that the earth was to be owned in common. And he called for the abolition of property. Go, George. And his group of people were called the levelers, and others called them the diggers. And what they would do is come and tear down fences that landowners had put up and begin to build on the land. They were squatters and farm the land and whatnot. So the song tells the story of how the state rose up against them and wiped out their efforts. I don't think it actually killed them, but I'm not sure, but it definitely took away what they had done. So this is a song that is in your lyrics, I think it is, and you'll get the hang of it right away. It's wonderful, wonderful song. Excuse me. In 1649 to St. George's Hill, a ragged band they called the Diggers came to show the people's will. They defied the landlords, they defied the law. They were the dispossessed, reclaiming what was theirs. We come in peace, they said, to dig and sow. We come to work the land in common and to make the waste ground grow. This earth divided, we will make whole, so it can be a common treasury for all. The sin of property we do disdain. No man has any right to buy and sell the earth for private gain. By theft and murder, they steal the land. Now everywhere the walls rise up at their command. They make the laws to chain us well. The clergy dazzle us with heaven, or they damn us into hell. We will not worship the God they serve, the God God of greed who feeds the rich while poor folks starve. We work, we eat together, we need no swords. We will not bow to the masters or pay rent to the Lord. Still we are free men, though we are poor. You diggers all stand up for glory, stand up now. From the man of property, the order came. They sent the hired men and troopers to wipe out the diggers' claim, tear down their cottages, destroy their corn. They were dispersed, but still the vision carries on. You poor take courage, you rich take care. This earth was made a common treasury for everyone to share. All things in common, all people one. We come in peace, the order came to cut them down. Let's do you poor take courage again. You poor take courage, you rich take care. This earth was made a common treasury for everyone to share. All things in common, all people one. We come in peace, the order came to cut them down. Isn't that a powerful song? And it made me think, of course, in the lines about no one can own the land. I thought, well, who do we know right here on this continent who told the colonizers that back hundreds of years ago? It's very heartening to me as a white person trying to do my work as best I can on deconstructing white supremacy in myself and in our world. And one of the things that I've been advised to do from different trainings that I've done is to look into my heritage, because white people really benefit from knowing that we too have a culture. We too come from a particular stream of humanity, because otherwise I think that the paradigm, the white supremacy or the centering of whiteness is that white is the norm and everybody else is exotic and other and different, and they have cultures and they have race and they have this, but we're just nothing. We're kind of nothing because we're everything, and we're not nothing and we're not everything. So it's been very exciting to me to find out more about my Huguenot ancestors from France, who were a persecuted group in the 1600s, I think. And it means deeply to me to know that my people, my ancestors, were undoubtedly agrarian people. And now my son is a regenerative farmer and is connecting with the land in remarkable, remarkable ways. Oh my goodness, there's a lot to this, folks. Okay, let's see. So there's this really neat poem that goes along with this song that was written in the 17th century, right during the whole diggers thing, in response to the enclosure movement. It doesn't say who wrote it, but it's sort of like those Mother Goose poems where a lot of them were really political. So this one says, "The law locks up the man or woman who steals the goose off the common, but leaves the greater villain loose who steals the common from the goose. The law demands that we atone when we take things we do not own, but leaves the lords and ladies fine who take things that are yours and mine." Words to remember. Okay, so how's the sound? Are we doing okay? No further troubles. Thank you. Thank you.
Good so far.
Very good. All right. This is another song that Vicky sent me. I'd actually already found it online and thought it was really, really neat, but I wasn't sure I would do it because it's a whole new song to me. I had to learn it from scratch. But after Vicky sent it, I thought we got to do this. So this is called, I think it's called The 1st of Mayo, I believe. And it sounds ancient, but if I'm right, Vicky, tell me if I'm wrong. It was written by a contemporary man, Dave Weber, in the style of the Hey Nonny Nonny. I wanted to do one Hey Nonny Nonny kind of song, oh, the merry month of May, Hey Nonny Nonny, all those courting songs, all those madrigals. Did anybody sing madrigals when you were growing up? I did. I went to a music camp and we used to sing madrigals after dinner at night. So I love this song. This is great, but I don't really know it, to be quite honest with you. So I'm going to be faking it. Vicky, do you know it pretty well?
Well, yes, but I can't play with it. It would just be
Yeah.
single voice.
Well, let me give it a shot because it does need the guitar. And if I get it wrong, it doesn't really matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter because it's one of those tunes that sounds like you've heard it a million times. So if my day doesn't work for you, do it your way. It's going to work fine. So here's how it goes. I'm going to sing you a verse and I'm going to teach it line by line so you can just get the music. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Winter time is gone and past, oh, summertime has come at last, oh, we will dance and sing the day and follow the hobby horse to bring the May. Okay, that's one version. We'll see if I do it the same way twice. Okay, thank you, Vicky. Vicky's giving me the thumbs up. So I'll sing a line, you sing it back. Winter time is gone and past, oh, winter time is gone and past, oh, summertime has come at last, oh, summertime has come at last, oh. We will dance and sing the day, we will dance and sing the day, and follow the hobby horse to bring the May, and follow the hobby horse and bring the May. And the chorus, very good, everybody. That wasn't so hard. The chorus is pretty similar. In fact, I think it might be almost identical. It goes, so hail, hail, the first of May, oh, for it is the first summer's day, oh, cast your cares and fears away, drink to the old horse on the 1st of May. Same tune, basically. The hard line is drink to the old horse. You have to remember to get right to that to. Drink to the old horse. Now, what is this horse thing? I looked it up. It shows up in Morris dances because this Mayday stuff all goes back to the Morris men and the Maypole, which is a pretty fertility symbol if you want to get phallic about the whole thing. And the hobby horse is still part of Mayday festivals. There's a great video, and I think I asked Marianne to put it in the chat, of the town of Padstow in England, Scotland, England, I think, celebrating Mayday with their parade and their hobby horse. But there's some interviews in the women talk about the hobby horse, which here's the deal. The hobby horse often has soot on its underbelly. And if the hobby horse touches you with that soot, you're going to get pregnant. So one of the rituals is for women who want to get pregnant to snuggle up to that hobby horse as it goes by, and women who would rather not, shying away. And it's all very theatrical. It is so much fun. I mean, people had fun back then, and oh my goodness, we got to reclaim this. We really do.
We're still doing it.
And of course, still doing it. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Of course. And I just feel like we've gotten a little staid and urban, at least in my corner of the world. I won't speak for everybody. I know Vicky's far from staid and urban. She's out there whooping it up on the full moon. I do know that. There was the whole May dance. It actually goes back to the Romans, to the Roman Empire and the festival of the Flora, the flower festival. And this went on merrily through the Middle Ages. And then guess who decided it was a little too sensual, a little too you know what, and came down hard on it. Just guess who that might have been. Imagine the good old church. And so it was banned under one of the kings who was Henry VIII. So they banned it. They banned the Maypole, they banned the dancing. It got serious, but not for too long, because in about 20 years later, King Charles II, known as the Merry Monarch, reinstated it. And somebody, I can't remember who, erected a 40-foot maypole in the middle of London or something like that. And the whole thing took off again. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. If you want to have some fun, just Google things like Mayday, Beltane, Beltane, which is the Celtic holiday. And it's just such great stuff. So let us do the song now that we've all forgotten the melody. Here we go. Mm-mm-mm. 1, 2, 3. Winter time is gone and past, oh, summertime has come at last. Oh, we will dance, sing the day, and follow the hobby horse to bring the May. So hail, hail, the 1st of May, oh, for it is the first summer's day. Oh, cast your cares, fears away, drink to the old hobby. Oops, oh, I did it wrong. Drink to the old horse on the 1st of May. Bluebells they have started to ring, oh, and true love, it is the thing. Oh, love on any other day is never the same as on the 1st of May. So hail, hail, the 1st of May, oh, for it is the summer's day. Oh, drink, cast your cares and fears away, drink to the old horse on the 1st of May. Never let it come to pass, so we should fail to raise a glass, oh, unto those now gone away and left us the hobby horse to bring the May. Hail, hail, the 1st of May, oh, for it is the first summer's day. Oh, cast your cares, fears away, drink to the old horse on the 1st of May. Cast your cares and fears away, drink to the old horse on the 1st of May. Love it. Love that song. Love singing that song. Oh boy. Oh golly. Okay, so how am I doing? Am I running late or early? I'm running late as usual. Okay. So I want to shift now to mothers. And with all that fertility going on back there was a lot of mothers going on there. And I want to it's kind of an interesting segue. I'm not quite sure how to do the segue. That's all right, doesn't matter. I wrote this song. Okay, it's about fertility. I wrote this song in the time of the invasion of Iraq. It was around 2002, and it was after 2001. That's right. And Bush had just invaded. I had to get my history back here, and I was feeling deeply. Oh, I had just had a miscarriage. That's the connection I'm trying to make here. I had just had a fertility loss, a reproductive loss, and our Western civilization, was busy going about the business of bombing people. And it just, my soul and my body just crumpled. It was just too painful to be in such personal pain and to see death and destruction for no reason going on around the world. So I thought, of course, about the mothers and how every soldier lost had a mother, how every family whose house get bombed had a mother. So I wrote, I Sing for the Mothers, which many of you have sung with me, and it's really easy to sing. I sing for the mothers all over the earth, for their power, for their love. I ache for the mothers all over the earth, for their sorrow, for their love. May their broken hearts be cradled, may their basic structure of the song, and then it's a zipper song where we sing for mothers in different conditions. I've written down a few on your song sheet, but it's more interesting in a way for you to think about the mothers that your heart is aching for, in general or in specific. And if you'd like to put it in the chat, I'm not saying we'll sing it, but it's nice to share these things. So please be sure to do that if you want to. Vicky has a question. What might that be, Vicky? I'm looking. Oh, sorry. I got distracted by the chat. I should turn my chat off because I get distracted by it. It's so interesting. Okay, back to what we're doing. I thought you wanted a clarification about the song. So let's go on and sing. I sing for the mothers of soldiers at war. And let's maybe, just focus in on what we're really doing here, what we're really doing when we're singing for mothers all over the world on this Mother's Day month. Whether we're a mother or not, we all had one. And no matter how poorly she may have done, I think we're probably all pretty aware that we owe our lives to them at the very least, and probably a lot more. So I really reach out to all the mothers everywhere to say, I know something of your grief. I know something of your love. I know something of your power. I sing for the mothers of soldiers at war, for their power, for their love. I ache for the mothers all over the earth, for their sorrow, for their love. May their broken hearts be cradled, may their righteous anger be heard. I pray for justice and healing for all of the mothers all over the earth. How about whose children are gone? I sing for the mothers whose children are gone, for their power, for their love. I ache for the mothers whose children are gone, for their sorrow, for their love. May their broken hearts be cradled, may their righteous anger be heard. I pray for justice and healing for all of the mothers all over the earth. And we're raising our funds tonight. Our donations tonight are for the Agatha Amani shelter for women in Kenya. We'll talk more about that in a minute. These are women who are fleeing from abuse and violence and finding a home with each other and the land. So I want to sing for the mothers who live with abuse. I sing for the mothers who live with abuse, for their power, for their love. I ache for the mothers who live with abuse, for their sorrow, for their love. May their broken hearts be cradled, may their righteous anger be heard. I pray for justice and healing for all of the mothers all over the earth. And I want to add, I sing for the mothers in prison today because this is also National Bailout the Moms Month for Black Mamas. It's Free Black Mamas, and it's fundraising money to bail out Black mamas who are in jail, obviously because of poverty and not being able to pay cash bail. goddess, we're beginning to get rid of that horrible system. But meanwhile, I donated yesterday, and I hope you all will make a donation yourselves if you can. I think Marianne put the link in the chat. I sing for the mothers in prison today, for their power, for their love. I ache for the mothers in prison today, for their sorrow, for their love. May their broken hearts be cradled, may their righteous anger be heard. I pray for justice and healing for all of the mothers all over the earth. I see that some of you are thinking of other mothers. Let's just read a couple of those. I sing for the mothers whose children can't breathe. Thank you. Mother of George Floyd and others. For the mothers whose children are in prison. Yes, yes. Mothers whose children were stolen. Aboriginal mothers, Indigenous mothers, and poor mothers in England back at a certain time. They were just taking children from them if they were unwed mothers. This was in the late 1800s, I think, sending them to Australia to settle their families in Australia who wanted children. So yeah, thank you for that. Yeah. Ooh, I sing for the mothers of young Black men or young Black children. Yeah, right. I sing for the mothers. I see grief, separation, hungry, afraid. Yeah, all of that. Thank you, everybody. It's a lot. It's a lot. You know that I'm a doula. You know that I work with 2 young single moms and have let that heartbreak and joy into their lives at a young age alone. And I know as an elder woman and a mom that they're in for it. You know, they're in for the full, what do they call it? The full disaster. John Kabat-Zinn calls it. And I wouldn't trade it for anything, but you know, your heart's going to get thoroughly broken open over and over. So trying to think, I just want to do a closing verse. Well, there's one that we used to sing, and I think we'll do it, which is I sing for the mothers who have no voice. And that is meant not in a disempowering way, like, oh, poor you don't have a voice. But it's not about their voice. They've got a voice. It's about who listens. And for those of us that have some privilege and get listened to easier than others, you know, we do sometimes are called to be the voice of others who aren't being listened to. Thank you, Tina. That's a good idea. Whose voices aren't heard. Thank you. It's excellent. I sing for the mothers whose voices aren't heard, for their power, for their love. I ache for the mothers whose voices aren't heard, for their sorrow, for their love. May their broken hearts be cradled, may their righteous anger be heard. I pray for justice, healing from all of the mothers all over the earth, all over the earth, all over the Hmm. Wow. Thank you, dears. Well, had to leave out some songs. I knew I had too many. I knew it. I knew it. I got to leave some out, and I'm gonna do some of them in 2 weeks at Twilight and Lullabies, where I'll be joined by Leo. I'm so tired tonight. I'm really fumbling my words. It's just I'm underslept. Leor Sarfati. And if you haven't heard him, Leo is really a treasure. He's on Jennifer Barazan's evenings quite a bit, and he has his own evenings on Tuesdays, and Evelie has her own evenings on Fridays. Evelie, if you want to put your evening, how to get in touch with your evening in the chat, please do. Evelie does wonderful, wonderful chants. She's sung with us before, and she will again. But so Leor and I will do Twilight and Lullabies, and I'll do some of the songs from tonight then. But I do want to just take a minute to announce about our donations tonight. This is a donation-based event, and many of you donate every week, and some of you donate every month, and some of you donate as you can, and some of you can't donate. And it's all good. It's all good. But and sometimes it goes to the artist if there's guest artists. And sometimes it goes to me because I'm sending a lot of personal money to individuals in Kenya and Nepal that I have intimate, loving relationships with from my travels. And often we send it to a grassroots group that I met and connected with in Kenya. So tonight we are donating to the Agatha Amani shelter. And I want to just share for a minute with you a short video about the shelter, and also some photos of the young woman that made me find out that because of her I found out about this shelter. Julia, I'm going to start with Julia because many of you have heard about Julia. Julia is a young African woman who was part of the Life Bloom project that I visited in 2016 in Naivasha, Kenya. It's a project that helps women get out of sex work and learn skills, get education, find community, heal from the trauma of the abuse and violence and degradation that so often was part of that life. Julia was one of those women. She was 9 months old, 9 months pregnant, and loved to sing. I have pictures of her. I couldn't find them right tonight. Pictures of her singing with me, just radiant, radiating. But you'll see in the first picture, in fact, I'll show you right now, a few pictures of her. So she was very pregnant, and we did a blessing way with her and sang into her body and spirit, and she went into labor the next day, which was pretty cool. And here she is with baby Betsy. She named the baby after me. So I stayed connected with her. How could I not? Juliet had a rough life, and things didn't go real well. She left Life Bloom. She tried a few micro enterprises. She sometimes would abandon Betsy to relatives and disappear. She had an alcohol problem. You can see what a beautiful woman she is. And you can see this little baby who's now about 2. And then eventually, after abandoning her again, Betsy was put in a foster care area, a foster group home. And there's little Betsy at about age 5. And this is their first reunion in a couple of years. And these are the children. And it was, at first I thought, oh my God, a group foster home. It sounds pretty depressing. But my friends who drove Julia there to visit Betsy said it was a wonderful place, a loving, loving place with a family. And Betsy's the little girl in red. So that's where things stand with Julia and Betsy right now. They have not been able to get back together. The powers that be will not allow it until Julia is more stable. Julia ended up at the Agatha Amani Center. This is her with a shovel, I think. And she took refuge there because she was violently attacked and sexually assaulted in Nairobi, and went home to Naivasha to heal. And I found out, and she found out independently about Agatha Amani. So I want to just share now with you a little bit about Agatha Amani. Can you see this video, this picture right now?
Jambo, my name is Nyakeo Kaniolek. I'm the founding director of Agatha Amani House, a shelter for survivors of sexual and domestic violence in rural Naivasha, Kenya. Amani means peace in Swahili. Agatha is my mama, whose generous donations got this praise started. As a therapist, I've always had a strong incentive to help those in need, especially people who have suffered traumatic experiences. As a woman who has experienced abuse myself, my focus is on women, their needs and struggles, and their huge potential that is lost all too often due to various types of gender-based violence. So I, together with my mother Agatha and my husband Joe Bob Blake, decided to stop the theory and start taking action by building the first shelter of its kind for survivors of sexual and domestic violence in Kenya. Agatha Amani House is a house where women and their children can find peace and safety from their abusive situations. The house itself has various sustainability projects that the women carry out on site. The women learn to grow crops and vegetables, breed rabbits and chicken, as well as housekeeping, baking, and entrepreneurship. With the help of the volunteers we regularly house at the shelter, survivors receive counseling and abuse recovery group therapy. We have also implemented parenting and family planning classes and teach computer skills, as well as sewing, tailoring, and others. Due to our partners and our supporters, we now get the water we need from our very own well. We get our cooking gas from our cows and biogas facility, and our electricity from solar panels. All of these things are huge achievements in our quest for independence and sustainability. But
I'm going to stop it there. There's more, but Marianne's put it in the chat. You can look at it and see the rest. They're all about sustainability and permaculture. It's just, I feel like this is the perfect way to close the evening because it brings together women, mothers. It brings together the earth and sustainability. And let me stop the share. And what was the third? Oh, and work that the women are learning, entrepreneurial skills and so forth. So yay, this is what we get to support tonight. So I think the PayPal link is in the chat. It's also in every mailing you get from me. So you got the button. Somewhere you can just press that PayPal button, or you can send a check to the PO box. And thank you in advance. And wow, what a night. This was fun. I feel very festive. I feel like the Mayday spirit has definitely lifted me. And even though we're a little bit older, we got to do this. We have got to sing Union Maid. This is our closing song. We're going to sing Union Maid. Because why not? It is such a great song. And the last verse has been rewritten because it used to say, oh, women, join the ladies auxiliary. A union man, life is good when he's got a union wife. It's like, I think we can do better than that. So, okay, here we go. Union Maid. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. There once was a union maid. She never was afraid of the goons and the ginks and the company finks and the deputy sheriffs who made the raid. She went to the union hall when a meeting it was called, and when the Legion boys came round, she always stood her ground. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. This union maid was wise to the tricks of company spies. She couldn't be fooled by a company stool. She'd always organize the guys, always got her way. When she struck for better pay, she'd show her card to the National Guard. This is what she'd say: oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. That's right, sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. You gals who want to be free, just take a tip from me. Break out of that mold we've all been sold. You've got a fight in history, the fight for women's rights. With workers must unite, like Mother Jones, move like Mother Jones, move those bones to the front of every fight. Oh, you can't scare me, sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the that felt great. Thank you all so much. Go out and dance around any maypole or flagpole or lamp pole you can find. Grab somebody's hand. Keep your mask on if you're not vaccinated, and get sensual out there. Bye.